Guys, this is Pamela with Pamela Theis, and I am excited because my Brady tarot just arrived. I've only opened the package, the outside package it came in, and it just arrived today, and it actually came early, which is crazy and awesome. But so this will be an unboxing video. I've heard such good things about this deck, and I have a friend that has it, and she loves it, so I thought, well, I had missed the Kickstarter, but it soon just became available the other day, and I jumped right on it, so we'll see how that goes. There is a note, or a receipt, not really a note, but it says a handwritten thank you, Amy B. This is the Brady tarot. It's been stamped, so that takes some time to put all that together, you guys. So here's the, the receipt, and yeah, it's nice. First off, I am so glad to see a deck actually packaged well, because my last deck, the Crow Tarot, which I was super disappointed in, and it just was like thrown in a bag. It wasn't even wrapped up or anything, and such poor craftsmanship that went with that. And I'm happy to see that a deck creator's taken the time to do all of this elaborate bubble wrap and beautiful packaging, which is amazing. So as I mentioned, I was super disappointed with the Crow, and I was like, I'm going to give it a chance. I had some bad, it just had some bad energy from not ever receiving my reading from the Kickstarter backing, contacting the creator multiple times and never getting a response. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to put all that aside and give the deck a chance. And I just couldn't, you guys, so I traded it off. I'll do another video about that. But anyway, Brady Tarot, I'm getting sidetracked. So this is absolutely gorgeous. There's a wood engraved feather, and there is a wood engraved arrow, and then it looks like a horn, or like a rhyton or something, but it looks like a horn, and a little seedling growing. This is really nice. It does smell sorry. And then the Brady Tarot is wood engraved, laser cut in there, I'm sure. Nice, really nice big box that houses the book. Here is the inside of the box. It's actually lined, which is really nice, and it's cushioned and covered. Really, the attention to details do matter, and I'm so excited for this. The cover feels matte, and that nice, really nice cover. The cards are in plastic and shrink wrap, so I'll just get those open. Alright, so take a look at the book. The Brady Tarot has got a nice, beautiful drawing on the front and on the back. They look like lino cuts. Actually, they probably are. The book is written by Rachel Pollack. There's an artist statement. So, this, as an artist, personally, it's really important to give a well-written artist statement. And I don't see a lot of decks that provide an artist statement anymore, or ever with a deck. But I'm excited to read her artist statements. I'll read that later. It says the major arcana. So there's, I guess, a bit about the Fool's Journey, a bit about the major arcana, and then it goes into each individual card. There is a page, there's about 2 pages for each of the, page and a half to 2 pages for each of the majors. Okay. And then we go into the minor arcana. Really beautiful drawing. And there's a little information about the minor, a little bit of history, a little bit about the suits. I will read through all of that. Okay, so the minor arcana are labeled as feathers, horns, arrows, and roots. And it talks about why the inspiration for feathers. Oh, that's the ace. Never mind. So there's keywords, I guess, with the minors as well. So the ace is inspiration of feathers. The 2 of feathers is success. 3 of feathers would be vantage. So I'll have to read through all of this. This is, again, not a review. I just wanted to go in and give some first impressions. But it looks like the book is very meaty and will be good to explore and actually read. There's a lot of books that I don't end up reading, but just a little bit of. But this looks like one I will read the whole thing. So that's a plus. And Mother of Roots. Okay, so it looks like the courts go daughter of whatever the suit is. So this was daughter of roots, son of roots, mother of roots, and father of roots. And the next section is readings, conclusion, and so, and then there's a spread. Is there more than one? Nope. And a thank you page and the print page. Okay. So, does it tell me what the suits are? I'm guessing feathers would be air, which would be swords. Horns maybe wands. No, arrows. Arrows maybe. Have to look. I was hoping it would just tell me. I'm sure it will become clear as I work with it. I was hoping it would tell me like in a key somewhere, but it does not. Which is too bad. I think if you're gonna rename the suits, which I'm all for, then tell me up front what they relate to. Oh, here we go. Okay, it's in the minor arcana introduction. It is wands or feathers. Let's see, as fire. Cups are the drinking horns, so those are the rhytons. The as water. Arrows are swords for the air, and pentacles roots. Okay, so we've got wands as feathers for fire, cups, horns for water, arrows for swords for air, and pentacles would be roots for earth. Okay, good deal. Still would have been nice to have a little key up front, but whatever, no biggie. All right, so those are the backs. It does have a really pretty, I don't know if you can see that, but kind of a muted matte gold gilding. It's a little glittery too, a little shimmery, but little speckles in there. It's really pretty. Cards feel waxy, and the cardstock is really pretty nice. It's not so thick, it's stiff, but it's pretty thick and it feels durable. It's a good cardstock. I'm excited about it. And you can see it's a pretty thick deck. So we'll just walk through them. The Fool, Magician, wow, that's a really intense Magician, like really beautiful. A lot going on in there. I like it, and I like that it's a crow for that, because crows are representation of magic, and seeing with that peacock being a representation of kind of like the third eye and seeing and creativity, and looks like it might be loaded with symbolism. I don't know a terrible amount about this deck, but I love working with animals and animal energy, and I passed this deck up, and I don't really know why. And then my friend got it, and she's like, you would really like it. So I thought, well, let's give it a shot. So I got it. This is your Empress. Cool. Emperor. The Hierophant. I have to say though, I do like the borders on these. I like that they're all different, but they work really well with at least these decorative borders. They work really well with tying in the back of the card to me, and that's important. And I don't mind the framing. I don't know about the white border, but it doesn't bother me. Strength. Huh. I don't know. I have to read up on that one. That's an intense strength card. Hermit. Wheel of Fortune. Justice. Turkey Vulture. I love turkey vultures. I know I'm probably one of the few people that does, but they're pretty cool. They're all over here. Hanged One. Death. So I'm not usually one that enjoys skulls in my death card, but there's a lot going on here, and I'm enjoying looking at what's going on here in relationship to this top part. So I don't hate it with a skull in there. I actually am really enjoying it, and with the flowers growing out of it, and the cycle of decomposition and transformation, and working with that. So I think so far with this deck, it looks like I'm gonna have to really sit with it and really go through the images individually and process them, because there's so much to see, and it seems like it's kind of small to really see all that's going on in the image. You know, so I'm not sure if that's because of the border, or if there's just a lot of detail and they, you know, they're small cards. I mean, they're normal size cards, but there's a lot going on in these images, but they're beautiful. I really do like the lino cut, but with color style. I like the art style. And I do like the reference, since this is, you know, an animal deck, that that the tower is a tree, and that also shows reference to Marseille decks, and I think that's awesome. The star. What a beautiful star card. They're pouring out the horns for the cups, the horn suits. Beautiful. I really like this card. Oh, the moon. I don't even know how to describe the texture of these cards. They're like suede, waxy, matte. They're gorgeous. Beautiful. Sorry, we're going slow. And I don't think this is the deck I can just flip through quickly. I really don't. I think this is, and this is me flipping through quickly because I really want to spend like 20 minutes with each card. They're just really beautiful. I just wish the images were bigger in a way. I do love these textured borders though. That's the world card you guys just saw. Beautiful. Truth. Alright, so this is, what is this? Ace of something here. Arrows, maybe. Yes, Ace of Arrows. So it doesn't say the suit name on there, but there's your keyword, and there's your number, and there is your, I guess that's your arrow. Yeah. Because here's the 2, and that's your, the keyword is armistice. Huh. Interesting. Morning, 3 of arrows. That would be your 3 of swords. Beautiful. I really like this card. Even though, you know, that's not always how I see the 3, but I'm really glad it's not a heart. But I like how it's portrayed. But I think there's so much more to the 3 of swords than grief. But it's such a big part of the card. And this really, I like that idea of mourning, because that's really showing an honoring of that event, that death, that, you know, that struggle. And I think that's a really important part of that card. There's an important growth aspect that you have to allow yourself time to mourn, allow yourself time to grieve, or go through all the processes that you need to, and that's okay. And you can mourn for yourself, you can mourn for others, and this is really beautiful. I like that. So this is your 4 of swords. It says withdrawal. 5, defeat. Okay. Passage. 7. So I won't go through them all, just because we're already at 20 minutes and I'm not even halfway through the deck. Oppression. Or is that obsession? Not oppression. Anguish. Finality. Yeah, I struggle with the 10 of Swords that way too, but beautifully depicted. But I like it. This is the Daughter of Arrows. So the daughter would be your page, I guess. I'm not sure, but I'm guessing. Really beautiful. Your son. Mother. The links. Father. And this is your Ace of Feathers. Inspiration. So that's your wands. Okay, and the border. Let's see. The border is little. Looks like a red triangle. So fire, maybe. The border for all the arrows. Yeah, the border for all the arrows are this just line woodcut kind of thing. The border for all the fire. So that's helps identify. 2 of feathers would be success. Vantage. Optimism. Rivalry. So it seems like they're kind of pulling from the Rider-Waite-Smith. I've heard that this is kind of a mixture of systems, but I'm not sure. So I'm excited to read the book and see what it says. I'm curious. I know my friend loves reading with this deck. I am curious to see how I'm going to read with this deck. I don't know. We'll find out, won't we? Let's see. 9, 10. Burden. Okay. So we've got daughter, son, feathers. That would be your wands. Mother. I'm excited to work with the animal energies, and I really like it when deck creators research their animals and use the energy medicine that comes with those animals. And I've heard that she's done a great job of really looking at symbolism and layering and bringing in the animal energies and the medicines that they bring. So I'm curious to read about that and making that work within my readings. It's a layer of information that I think will fit right in with all of my animal communication stuff and my animal messages and meanings and totems and all that good stuff. Okay. It's gonna be a long video. Apathy. Okay, so and then the blue border for the cups or horns. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel a lot lately. I feel ya, Bison. I feel ya. Let me lay down there with you. But look at those sweet little birdies up above. They're there to help you. They're all around. They love you. There's two. There's coming down the tree. It's like, hey, dude, we're here. Loss. Happiness. So I don't know that I would necessarily be one to really love keywords on cards, but I don't hate them in this deck. I actually am kind of enjoying them. And I don't find them too distracting or anything. The font may be a little big, but you know, it's not too bad. But I'm not hating the keywords. Which I think might have been actually why I was thinking about skipping on this deck in the first place. But now that I see them, I don't know, we'll have to see how I work with them overflowing. And, you know, they seem unobtrusive enough that if they don't work for you, if they're not words that work for you, then you can ignore them. They're a little big, but not too bad. Son of Horns. All right. Mother of Horns. All right. Last suit, we've got orange for the borders. So this is our, what did I say was Earth? I have to look that up again. I don't know. Drawing a blank. Roots. That's what it is. Roots. Preservation. So 4 of Pentacles. The keyword is preservation. I think that's interesting. I like that take. I really like that take. It's fresh. This is a really fresh take on the deck, you guys. But still seems connected and rooted in system. And I don't know. I really like the colors of this deck. I really like the texture. I like the feel of the cards. I like that the colors are there's a lot of color, but they're kind of muted in a way. But they still have a brightness to them. But they're really beautiful. So we'll see. So I did not count them, obviously, but I'll count them and make sure they're all here, which I do with any deck, and I recommend that you do with any deck. So we'll just turn to something in the book and read the description. So 3 of Feathers. We will read that, just so you get an idea of what the description is. Hard work has led to accomplishment, combining different qualities and abilities to build or expand something worthwhile. A point in someone's life or career when she or he can stop a moment to survey what's been achieved. The title Vantage does not mean gaining an advantage, fair or otherwise, over others. Instead, it means a position that allows you to survey what you've accomplished and maybe consider what you want to do next. A Mexican jaguar crouches or rests on an old and gnarled branch of a pinyon tree. The scene is the Sonoran Desert in northern Mexico. There is a story that goes with this card. Emmy tells us that the jaguar has worked and sacrificed to expand and maintain her territory. Has she had to fight has she had to fight off competition? In a reading, we might ask not only what she had to do, but what she has given up: family, social life, relationships, daily pleasures. Whatever she has had to sacrifice along the way, she appears relaxed and at ease. We do not see her face, either from the front or in profile, something rare in the cards. She is looking to the future, and the future is unknown. People think of tarot as predictive of future events. What matters here is the quality of rest as someone prepares for the next stage of life. A red thread, the color of blood, extends snake-like from the tree to tie together 3 feathers stuck in the ground. Each symbolizes a quality of vantage. On the left, let me pull this card out and see 3 of feathers. As we read, we can look. So we had arrows, and then we had feathers. That's better. Okay. On the left, a gila woodpecker feather represents hard work. In the middle, a turkey vulture feather symbolizes perspective, for those birds soar very high. Finally, a great horned owl feather represents a spiritual awareness that gives weight to the jaguar's accomplishments. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, so you get 2 pages on the minors as well. So it's a good meaty book. I do like that she really talked about the animal and where it's from and the scenery, and so I think it's going to be an interesting deck. I'm excited to work with it. I'm a little I don't know. I think I need to spend time looking at it before I just start working with it, though. Maybe not, but it seems like it's so loaded, and there's so much thought put in here, and I really want to spend time examining each card and getting to know it and being familiar with it in a way. And I think this deck feels like it might be, I don't know, it might be a little bit intimidating for me to get started with, but I think it feels like it's going to be a lifetime learning kind of deck, a lifetime deck that I'm really going to love, and I hope that's the case. Sometimes you never know, but I am excited. That's the Brady Tarot by Emily Brady, I believe is her name. Emmy Brady. Maybe not Emily. Maybe it's just Emmy. And the book, again, is written by Rachel Pollack. Yeah. Does it have it about the artist? Emmy. So, yeah, it's by Emmy Brady. And this is the first edition. So, there you guys have it. I will work with this deck and maybe come back and do some more information as I have it. But I wanted to do an unboxing and first impressions. So, if you've hung with me, great. Awesome. Thank you so much. And this is Pamela with Pamela's Tarot Tales. And I will link my information down below. And if you would like to book a reading with me or anything, or you have questions or comments, or if you've worked with this deck, how do you like it? What are your impressions? Write them down below. Let me know. I want to hear. Thanks.